that
Oh,
music.
Yeah, coffee time.
Coffee time.
All right, all right.
Wine o'clock.
Wine o'clock. All right, because we're classy.
Mickey, you could have let the music keep playing until I got through. See,
Telling a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
there you go. There you go. Is that girl stopping by?
He said no, young lady can't make it.
Oh, okay.
Sure. There she is.
Now, see where?
Here. I can't pronounce the name.
Oh, Mama Quill.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thank you.
Mama.
Because my pronunciation is Jack
You
lately.
just call everybody that you just say that's Satara's mama. You
Yeah.
understand that. Maybe like when my mama called you, that's Wyntis mama. You just call them mamas. That way you won't have to remember no names.
Ah, I see. Well, it isn't remembering the name, it's the pronunciation. But I see. That's a good workaround.
You just say, hey, mama. And then they say, hey, baby.
Damn, we're getting people jumping on quick.
Are they jumping on?
Oh, yeah.
That's good when they jump on like
You know it's you. I know it's you. We all know it's you.
No, Trevor, it's us. That's who it is. It's us.
It's us.
It's us.
It's the A10 family.
That's it. The A10 family. Trevor, I just tagged you in it. Just forgive me, Trevor.
That's fine.
I tagged.
Hey, the more notifications I get, the more popular I feel. It could be my kids just texting me and I feel popular.
I'm tagging Mickey right here. I'm just sending
Speaking
it
of
out.
Mickey, we gotta congratulate the man.
Oh, I know. I was gonna read it.
You should.
Hold on, let me find it. I gotta send it to my first lady. Oh, let me church right here.
Dang, you got the night crew here. Like, the night crew is bigger than day crew.
Why you say that?
Because it is. I'm seeing names pop up that never pop up during the daytime.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean,
turn this down.
Free time.
Free time. Well, see, this is prime time news.
Oh, yes.
And first of all, thank everyone. I took a week off, just to relax, and it felt good relaxing last week too. And I thank everybody for joining us instead of watching. They could have watched ABC 12 and a lot of them Fox and 66, but they chose to watch the Winters Hall show to get the news.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's take a look at the numbers from around here. Most local news around the country doesn't pick up more than 1,000 views a night. They're that boring and they overlook their communities. It's the same around here. You don't overlook the community.
I try not to. I try not to do. I try to be as informative as I can. But I'm glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be off the road.
I know you are. How are you adjusting? Because you were way out there in Arizona. So how are you adjusting?
I'm still not sleeping right. I think
that West Coast and
so Arizona was lagging 3 hours behind of here. So when it was like midnight here, it was like 9 o'clock there.
Right.
So now I'm back here, and it's like 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I'm going, oh man, I'm just barely getting tired. What time is this? Gotta be like 2. Oh, I gotta wake up in an hour.
Right. Because I was saying to myself, I was like, when I was texting you and you didn't text me back, I'm like, oh, it's like 4 o'clock there.
Yeah, when you did that, I was
get up
sleeping
early.
I was sleeping on the couch, and my Aunt Holly knocks on the door. And at first, I thought it was someone from down the street just bugging us. I opened the door real quick, and it's my Aunt Holly. I'm like, oh yeah, let me get dressed real quick. It's cool. I go look at my phone. Oh, Wyntis message. I'm like instantly awake, better than coffee. I'm like, yeah, we can do that. Here. And yeah, that big old message.
I was actually nervous. I was like, oh my God, I gotta go They do Trevor's show, like that's your show. Like
Nah.
I was nervous about that, but anyway, I'm glad that you're back. And
Yeah.
as a lot of you don't know, or some of you did, Trevor's father passed away, Mr. Marty. So rest in peace to Mr. Marty, and I'm glad you're back here, and
I'm glad to be back here.
you know, amongst friends.
Yeah.
Amongst friends, that does you good when you are amongst people that you know
Oh yeah. Like
and that care about you.
I came to realize without Dad there was nothing tying me down to Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm looking around at all these places I spent with friends and all the family get-togethers, whatever, and I'm realizing none of these people are around anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and the few that are, I don't recognize.
Right,
I'd rather be back up in Flint with the folks that I know and love.
right.
So the entire 2 weeks I was down there, it's like, all right, when can I get back on the road? When can I get back home?
But we were calling you.
Yeah,
We were calling and texting you.
yeah.
I know I was. I know a couple other people I know were too. So.
Dr. Weaver was, Mr.
Mhm.
Mickey was, Miss Satara was being so sweet and going by my house while me and my wife were gone. Just
Okay.
making sure that nothing was going on with my house, making sure my kids weren't throwing a
That's
party.
good. That's
And
good.
so, it was, I just knew people were here for me and it
Yeah.
made the difference.
See,
All the difference in the world.
see, I'm glad. So we weren't just putting on. That just
I
makes
didn't.
me mad.
Well, people keep on trying to say, oh, you're being used. Well, I hope it's for my body.
Oh my gosh, Trevor! Look, he's starting to act like us. Trevor,
Yes, ma'am.
listen, we just gonna go ahead while we got people on here. We got some breaking news, and thanks again for everyone that's tuning in. I heard it was already on TV 12. Now they reported this, but look. So let me take y'all back down the timeline here. Mickey, we're gonna take him back on a journey.
We
So
need a
we,
sound effect for like a time machine. When
yeah, I
we do
wish
this.
we had that. We're gonna have that soon. Mickey gonna get us some fog and stuff like that. I thought he was gonna have our lights on today.
Oh, yeah.
But look,
Y'all want that? Hold on, I think I got something for you. I got something for you.
what you got for us?
Got a Wayback Machine?
I gave you the gas. I did the gas. Now go on and hit it.
All right, all
You have to
right.
have the headphones on to hear it.
Okay, so Mickey did something, y'all. Okay, so this is so I don't know what he did, but I hope they can still hear us, Mickey, whatever you just did. So
Mickey
look,
just pushed the button and everything crashes.
we have the Mitchell brothers
Mickey just pushed the button and everything
in
crashes.
in a fire on Pulaski Street. Um, again, my heart goes out to Miss Krista Cooper and also the father because they lost their children. Um, so then we have what some may call a cover up.
I mean,
Okay,
that's what I call it.
right? Because we seen Mr. Doings. Actually, I think I was on the show with him when he had FOIA the city of Flint. He got the official report back and he read it. And the chief has said that yep, I was down here. Mr. Dooms had emailed it out. The chief had recommended termination
Yep.
for both of those white firefighters. That
Now,
went,
do you remember why? Why
uh,
he recommended?
he recommended termination because the reports didn't match up.
Hmm. So he said for two main reasons. Number one, they failed to do the initial job, which was go in and search,
Hmm.
and then to cover up on that, they lied about it on the official statement. So that those are two fireable offenses.
Right,
I wouldn't want someone like that as one of my soldiers. I'd drop kick him the hell out of the army.
right,
So I can understand Chief Barton saying, "No, not on my force. Get the
Right.
hell out of my department."
right,
So, that makes sense to me.
right.
That is the
Right.
reasonable thing to do.
Hmm. So that's what he said. So then we get this all of a sudden no termination.
Not even a suspension, if I remember
No,
correctly.
no, that he had suspended it without pay. That was all reversed.
Mhm.
They kept their jobs.
Yeah.
And it was said.
Didn't one resign and keep his pension?
Wait a minute, I ain't got there yet.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
yes, ma'am. I will hush.
You get on my nerves. So then it was said after that that the reason why it was alleged that the reason why they were not terminated is because it was said that it would have been political suicide.
Mhm.
Okay, because they were white, and the ones that went in and found the children were black.
Mhm.
Okay, so after that, um, the sergeant he retired,
Yep. Full pension.
got his pension and everything. He
Mhm.
kept that. Um, the other one continued to work.
Yep.
Now I thought he had left a long time ago,
Mhm.
but I don't know why I thought that. I thought he had left, and then I seen in the paper yesterday where he resigned.
Resigned. Got picked up by another department for higher pay and better benefits.
Damn, they said all that in the paper.
Yes. Higher pay and better benefit. I wish if I screwed up, anytime I screwed up, I got better pay and benefits. Watch me just start charcoaling steak.
Yeah.
See if my wife would start paying me better.
But then before that, when you was in Arizona, because I think I remember calling you or texting you or something, flipping out because he did this interview.
Mhm.
Like he bypassed everybody, like
Yep.
his boss, the union, uh, uh, internal affairs,
Mhm.
the PR people for the city of Flint, just bypassed everybody and did this interview.
Yeah.
He did an interview.
He decided, screw it. I don't like
He did an
being.
interview.
I don't like people judging me for the bad that I've done. I'm going to go out there and either lie my ass off or make them believe something different
He did an interview.
by
Not
himself.
one, but he did another one
Hmm.
where he sat down at the table with him and they blurred his face out. And then he blamed his boss. He blamed his boss. Then continued to work.
I gotta ask, why did they blur his face out if we all already
We
knew who the
already
hell
knew
he
he
was?
was. I mean, we knew who he was, but I guess like we know his name, but we didn't know like what he looked like. So I get that. And so he still continued to work.
Mhm.
And like I said, then he did another one. And then yesterday, the man resigned.
Yep.
And like you said, he said he got a new job and it was better than this one. What was the words again?
Higher pay and better benefits with another department.
That bothered Trevor.
It does. It does.
It bothered Trevor. Now look at this, Trevor. They got a chance to resign.
Hmm.
Another one got a chance to keep working.
Hmm.
And then today, Chief Barton got terminated.
Yeah.
That just told me all up, Mickey.
Oh, he got fired?
Yeah, he's gone. There is no more Chief Barton.
Like,
Later, bro.
Why would he get fired?
well, Mickey, the one would ask the question. Why would Chief Barton get fired? He was very honest when he went up. Mickey, can you see if they got a little something for him, a little parched?
Oh, you
Ain't
hit
nothing in there.
warm water. You said they
No
be
warm
freezing.
water. Okay, well,
Well, yeah, I mean, why would he be fired? Let's see. So it was questioned, hey, why aren't these guys being fired? Chief comes out and says, I recommended that they be fired.
Mhm,
I was overturned by someone higher up the ladder.
mhm.
Now, he didn't say name. Not once did he say a name as to who overrid. But it is very evident if you read the city charter that
Right.
the only person who can override a department head, such as your police chief, fire chief,
Mhm.
head of HR, what may have you, is the mayor.
Right.
The city attorney cannot override. Uh, HR cannot override.
Right.
The
Right.
union can't override.
Right.
Only the mayor can.
Right.
So when he says, I was overridden, overruled, someone else came in and said, I cannot fire them.
Mhm.
That just tells us Neely said, I cannot fire them.
Mhm.
So without saying it, he said it. He said the quiet part out loud. And I've never met Mr. Neely. Never. But the things that I see him doing show me that he's a very vindictive man. He feels he just got reelected, which, by the way, the election's not certified yet.
But wait a minute. TV 12 done picked this up already. Now, it take TV
I got a
12
question for y'all.
Wait a minute. Did you know TV 12 done picked this up already?
TV
Flint
12 picked
Fire
something
Chief
up.
Raymond Barton is no longer in his position.
Has he stepped down or was he fired?
It says Flint Mayor Sheldon Neely's office issued a statement Thursday evening saying Barton no longer is leading the Flint Fire Department. The change in leadership is effective immediately, but no reason was announced.
Now,
As this administration transitions into its second term, we are making changes to continue to move our great city forward, the Flint City Administration said in a statement Thursday evening. Retired Flint Fire Chief Theron Wiggins has been appointed interim chief of the Flint Fire Department in Barton's absence. Wiggins worked with more than 25 years, blah, 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 blah. So if they didn't already got a replacement, this ain't nothing that this been in the works.
Yep.
You can't just fire somebody today and then call somebody and say, you want to be fire chief? And they
So,
say, yeah.
No, we got a question.
what I've heard
Was he
secondhand,
fired or was he?
what I've
Has
heard
he stepped down?
secondhand
That's the question they asked.
is
Was he fired or stepped down?
what I heard secondhand is he got to retain his benefits and pension. Meaning, if you're fired, you don't get to keep those.
Gotcha.
Which
Okay.
means he was more than likely asked to tender his resignation.
Okay.
Which is political speak for you're fired, but we're doing it in such a way that you get to keep your benefits.
Gotcha.
Okay. So
Gotcha.
it's a nice little spin on it.
Yes.
Well, why right after the election though? Like right after the election?
Because had it happened during the election, it would have looked suspicious, like we're talking about now. It would have
Hell,
said,
it still
hey,
looks suspicious.
yeah, but
It's
now
in
it
the
can't
middle of it.
influence votes.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But it's right in the middle of that Todd Flood investigation. Because Todd Flood, didn't he go out and he said I watched it. He said we're going to get the best investigators, the best people, and they're going to repiece everything back together again. Put the puzzle back together again.
Yeah.
And so they got an investigation going on in that. And then Barton up at the council meeting, what was that, about 3 weeks ago? He was he went up to the podium and he didn't tell any lies.
No.
And then
The man holds loyalty to the citizens of Flint and to Flint itself higher than the person signing his paychecks, which is commendable.
Yep.
We can't do nothing but say good on you.
Yep. And then before that, the when they was asking him stuff in the newspaper when the people was getting interviewed, and they asked him, I think this was just yesterday. He said, "I stand by my statement." He not letting go.
No. The man is ex-lax. He has none to give and all to take.
Wait a minute, Sister Audrey said if you look back a couple of weeks ago, Channel 12 interviewed Wiggins.
Didn't Short Stack used to work for Channel 12?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Flint's a circus.
Then they canceled the committee meetings next week. Maybe they did that for Thanksgiving. They canceled the council committee meetings next so.
For what reason?
No say.
Let me see if they gave a reason.
I mean, we can assume possibly for Thanksgiving. You know, got to go travel for Thanksgiving. Let's just take a random place, Maryland, say, for instance, for Thanksgiving, or have family coming in, you know, from Maryland, say, for instance.
So, I ain't got my glasses. So Davina sent this out at 4:40. Excuse me. Open Meetings Act notice is hereby given. That mental operations and grants scheduled for Tuesday, November 22nd. So they was moving it because of Thanksgiving. And the day they moved it to has been canceled. And she just said, if there are any questions concerning this notice, please direct them to the city council office. So,
Excuse me, city council office. Why has this new meeting been canceled? City council office.
Where's Tanya Burns at?
Man,
And someone, please tag Tanya Burns. We need to know why, Tanya, did y'all cancel these meetings for next week?
I don't think she canceled, but
Well,
sure.
she's part of the council, so you know.
I don't think she really had a say in it. Here,
No,
tag
no.
tag.
I'm sure they all had a say in it because when
Well, if
they
it's a
tried to
5-3 vote, like it always
no,
is.
no, not Trevor. I remember when they didn't come to that special meeting because they said, everybody hadn't been notified, or
Is
asked.
y'all freezing and buffering over there?
Nah,
Because it ain't freezing and buffering on mine. I see it.
nah, it's going straight here.
No,
There.
we seem to be doing pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing good. It might be what is it? White. I don't want to say her name wrong.
White Vine.
White Vine. She said you keep freezing and buffering.
I don't. It seems to be
Yeah,
working
I'm
well
looking at
over
it on
here.
YouTube too. We're not freezing and buffering on
Oh,
YouTube.
we're on the U space?
YouTube.
Sweet.
Yeah, we've been on YouTube.
I didn't know.
Look,
I'm a
it
YouTube
seemed
star.
like as soon as I said that, no, but we still moving.
All right, but was freezing. Hey,
Oh, it was okay. Well, I'm glad it's doing good now. Okay,
let's get someone to run around the outside and see if there's a Neely supporter there with, with
they
a cell
can't
phone
still be
jammer.
scrambling us now. It's after the election.
No, but we're still bringing the heat. Hey, you remember those funny posts and comments all over, uncensored or reboot? I can't wait until after the election so all these ghetto casts will go away. We're still here. What, you think we're just gonna go away and stop holding morons accountable? Jeez, you don't know us.
Well, they did say it was over.
Huh?
They was saying we was gonna
Oh,
stop.
they said, they
Yeah,
thought we was
they
just
thought we were
doing
gonna
this
stop.
for the election.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is a for real show. Like we still doing this.
Oh, yeah.
We still letting the people know.
We're just
We
getting
still
started.
come on tomorrow at 12 o'clock for Trevor's end of the week briefing. So no,
Yeah.
we ain't going nowhere. I got a lot of people I want to talk to about different topics. The
Mhm.
stuff that's going on in Flint and Mickey bringing on new people on the platform. So
Oh, yeah.
no, we here to stay. We're here to stay.
I
And
got
this
politician
administration,
days.
gonna give you something to talk about.
Oh yeah, the clown show is
Yeah.
still going.
Oh, it's in full.
Absolutely.
This train is rolling.
Oh,
But
man.
as it is, election is still not certified. It is still a race, even though votes have been cast. He
You
has
was
not.
down there? Was you down there? Did you go down there this week? Cause I ain't
Yeah,
never
I showed up
seen it.
Monday.
Okay, so what was it like being in there when they was like redoing the?
Um,
Was that the day? Did they look? I got so many questions for you. Did they call Glory? How come she didn't come over? What was her reason? What did she say? Who called her? Look.
oh God, I don't know the lady's name. So if you're watching Art's video,
Uh-huh.
you saw the bald guy, and then just to his right was this white lady with longer hair.
The blonde one.
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
she's the one that was doing most of the phone calls.
Okay. She was doing a lot of the talking.
She's the one that did the call
Okay.
to what was it, Gloria?
Gloria. I don't know.
The lady that you just said, the one that didn't show up. That
Gloria.
Yeah,
Gloria.
yeah.
Okay.
She's the one that called her.
Okay.
Why she didn't show up, I don't know. Why she didn't send the emails like she was told to, not requested, told to, I don't know.
Oh, I remember that came on at the end, and
Mhm.
she was supposed to send them. So they said the next day that they never got them.
That's what I've heard so far. So they asked, hey, where's your original election day emails? Oh, I sent them. We didn't receive them. I sent them. Well, okay, here's what I need you to do.
Right.
You're not going to resend them. What you're going to do is you're going to go into your sent folder and forward them to us.
Right. Right.
That way, it's still the original copy. We know it hasn't been played with.
Right. Right.
Crickets.
Mm.
Hey, why don't you come down here and help us unsort some of this tangle that seems to have come through you?
Right.
Crickets. Crickets all around. And then the nice lady sitting across from the bald guy. Wonderful
With the
braids.
braids. What's
Yeah.
her name?
Sharon. Yeah.
She's sitting there and she's trying to fix one thing, fix another. And she goes, wait, every time I fix something, something else pops up. Two more things pops up. How am I supposed to keep up with this? Like,
Oh, that was that the lady that worked across the street.
Wyntis, you got to talk into the mic. They're saying they can't hear you. You
Oh,
talking
okay.
a
I'm
little slow.
sorry. I'm sorry. Was that the lady? Was that the lady that worked across the street? Because it was two people in there that had braids.
Shit, you
Nah, you
talking? No, you
talking
talking
about?
about at the table when it was the
Yeah, the
when it was
table of four
count yeah
folks.
with the
Oh,
four
okay,
folks.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought the lady he was talking about the one that said every time I fix something, I mess something else up. Was the one Art was talking to during lunch.
I think that was another
Okay,
one. Yeah.
okay,
Like
okay.
they were even sitting there cross talking like, hey, this is messed up. How did it end up like this? Oh, well, I don't know. That was just the funny part. I don't know.
That was crazy.
There's a
I've
lot
never
of I
seen
don't
anything
knows.
like that. Then they got quiet. Then they got scared.
Yep.
And then the lady, like, when everybody had left out the room, because I think that was the part
Oh,
that the lady had.
Tanya's on here.
Oh, Tanya on
Hey,
here.
Miss Tanya.
Hey, Councilwoman Tanya Burns. I'm glad that you joined us this evening. We would like to know, why did council cancel the meeting for next Tuesday? Because y'all moved it to Wednesday because, well, y'all moved it from Wednesday to Tuesday because of the
Oh,
holiday.
Jerry Winfrey Carter on there.
Oh, hello, Councilwoman Jerry
Ah,
Winfrey Garden.
that's my
Good to see
councilwoman.
you as well. We just would like to know why you all canceled the meetings for next week because you moved them.
You can read her comment.
What? Did I hear a
I
comment?
said
I
you
can't
read it.
read.
I don't see nothing.
Jerry Winfrey Carter. She said he did fire him.
Oh, fired. So not asked him to tender his
Why
resignation.
I can't
Fired.
see all the comments?
I have no idea, but I'm reading it right here. That's why I'm here, Wyntis, to read
I
it.
know,
There
but
we go.
can you put them up on the screen?
Yeah, just back out and come back up.
I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna help you out. Wowzer.
Wait a
So
minute.
like,
Oh,
Miss
man.
Jerry, was it
It's on
fired,
the
fired,
screen.
or was it asked him to tender his resignation?
No, she gonna come on there and tell it.
Oh yeah,
She's gonna tell it like the TI is.
she's like X-Lax too. She gives none.
And she gives zero.
Wait, anxiously.
Oh, I still ain't see it. But anyway,
I'll put it on the screen. I'll put it back up
I
there.
can't read.
Man, listen, Trevor. You can read all this shit you coming with. You see it now.
so
Uh,
no, I don't see nothing you put up on the screen either. Okay, there she go. Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he did fire him. Like just gone.
Mm.
Damn.
And
It
then
sucks to have a conscience here in Flint, doesn't it?
so dude, he fired him right after the election. He got rid of him. You know who's gonna be next? I predict. I predict. Now this
Oh.
is just my prediction.
We're taking
Because
odds.
wait a minute, because I told y'all, go back and watch one of my shows from a couple weeks ago, Trevor and Mickey. I told y'all that Bart was gonna get fired. I told
Yep,
y'all.
you did.
I told y'all. And guess who's gonna be next? Chief Green.
Hmm.
You think, Chief Green?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He got to be
His
next.
contract going. He just not gonna renew his contract. I think he only had a 3-year contract anyway.
Okay. Jerry Winfrey Carter. I read it.
Asked to
He,
tender his resignation. Yep. But the chief refused to resign. Good God, it must suck to have a conscience here in Flint. It really does. But all right, we're taking odds, folks. 2-1. Chief Green is next,
Yeah, I'm gonna say Chief Green gonna be next.
and we're betting hot Cheetos because
I'm
we
telling
don't
you.
endorse gambling here.
right.
Yeah, we don't endorse any type of gambling. I don't eat no hot Cheetos, nothing like that. But then I want to know too. Um, since watching that canvassing video, I've been learning some stuff that I've been watching on there
Mhm.
and see them doing different things, and it's just my belief. These are my views and my opinions. I don't believe that they would have been going through that stuff as
Diligently.
diligently as they have been if Flint hasn't showed up down there. Shouts out to Art
Mm-hmm.
for being on the job every day,
Yes.
9 o'clock
The hero
live.
we all need, but we don't deserve.
You know what I'm saying? Don't you ain't got to like the messenger, but the man is getting the message across.
Yeah.
He there every day. He live. I seen Mr. Dumas there yesterday. As you said, you was there Monday.
Yeah.
Dumas was there the first day. He been there with us.
Oh, okay.
They're both of them.
Mr. Dumas
Yeah,
been there
him and
every
I.
day
Yeah,
too.
him and I been
Okay.
both.
And
But
Tag teaming.
yeah.
Mr. Dome been there. And so I'm thinking like that's good. And then certain people have been watching it on Arts Live talking about, like where is it? I'm coming down there. So
Yeah.
this morning they called prosecutor Layton, and I was like, "Ew." And so they were asking them about like like prosecution and what laws they thought had been broken and stuff, and he went on to basically tell them write it up and send it to me, and
Yep.
then they would have to
And
investigate.
I think that came on the tail end because I read it from Miss Tanya this morning,
Mm-hmm.
who, Miss Tanya is always on top of everything.
Mm-hmm.
She said they reported it to state, and the state said report it to your prosecutor.
Mm.
When state says report it to your prosecutor, there's some. Hey, everyone, look around. Tell me if you see Judy around. There's some fuckery, some wild magic fuckery going on.
This is a curse-free zone on Thursday. We don't curse on this show.
But the pastors won't be back on here.
I have tainted this place.
Oh my Lord, Jesus! Well, we just
There
don't
is some
excuse you.
messery. There we go. I will back that up.
Yes, we messery. The pastor slips sometimes too. That's okay. You can curse a
Wait,
little bit.
pastors curse?
Huh? Yeah, they say hell in the Bible though.
Yeah, that's not curse.
Hell
Anyway.
is cursing. Okay, well, go ahead.
Yeah. So there is some shenanigans,
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
and like state will usually look at something and have a reasonable explanation
Mm-hmm.
and say, this is how this could have happened.
Right.
We would recommend that you accept this explanation and move on.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened for years, since 2000 actually,
Right.
right? So Florida at first in 2000 went for Bush, and then Gore said no, then back and forth. Florida itself said, this is reasonable, let it pass until someone took it to a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan, the state, 2022 said, there is no reasonable explanation for this, call the prosecutor. And this is for a mayoral election, right? This isn't some presidential election.
It seemed like it though, because I mean they had a.
Well, I'm saying
The
like
only thing, like
presidential election, you have millions upon millions of dollars being thrown around, and people are more jumpy.
hell, they knew who the president was before we knew who the mayor was.
Yeah,
If you
right?
think about it, it took what 14, 15 hours.
So like,
I'm just saying, it took a long time for us to find out
but like,
who mayor was gonna be.
when it comes to a presidential election,
That's
there's millions
facts.
upon millions of dollars on the line for everyone involved,
Mhm.
if not close to a billion. I don't think I've ever seen an election get to a billion, but several hundred million.
Mm-hmm.
And they are really snappy to say there's something wrong, we have to investigate.
Right.
This is a mayoral election. We're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
And they snap back and they don't go, oh, just ignore it. Oh, it could be this. They say, this needs to go to a prosecutor.
Right.
And if I were Dr. Weaver's lawyer, which I'm not,
Thank
I would be,
God.
thank God. Look, I'd be held in contempt of court every 5 minutes. I'd never see the outside of that stuff. But if I were Dr. Weaver's lawyer, I would be jumping on this and demanding an audit. Because one major mess up like this,
Mhm.
it's like the top of a mountain covered in snow. You start with one tiny little snowball, and it grows bigger as it rolls downhill.
Right.
I want to see the bottom of this. I want
Right.
to see how big that snowball is going to be and how many, let's say, inadequacies or things just don't add up is at the
Right.
bottom.
So what happened yesterday was like the lady said they was like, "Where did you get this name from?" She was like, "They told me just put it down.
Yep, just pulled out thin air.
They just wrote a name
Imaginary.
down. Like you can't do that.
No.
Like you just
Like what would have been proper for her to do at that point
she should have just.
is spoil ballot number 8.
I would have said I gotta go to the bathroom.
Jennifer said hey to y'all too.
Hey, Jennifer.
No, good morning.
Well, she said thank all the cuss. I think she's taking a shot.
Huh?
She said
what?
she said I think all of the cussing that goes on this platform really hurt Mary Weaver. She lost a lot of votes. That's how Jennifer feel. I told her thanks for tuning in.
Oh yeah.
I don't even see
You know what?
what Jennifer is, and
Walker, I mean,
you know, and Jennifer, we
well, she
don't.
tuned in. Thanks.
But
Thank
you
you
know
for
what?
tuning in, but we don't.
Thank you for
We don't.
showing interest and
We don't
trying to
curse.
critique.
We really don't.
I
I
usually
don't
don't
curse on this
curse.
show.
It's late for me. I should be in bed. I'm an old man.
I mean, that's okay. You're a guest on this show, but I don't know what she's talking about. There's no
Me
cursing
neither.
on this show.
But you know what? You know, she had to come out of the woodworks.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I didn't got used to it.
Yeah, me
But
too.
you know what? That led me to remember this. This is what I wanted to do
Oh,
since while they on here. Mickey, you received this was a big thing for Mickey on Instagram. It was from Podcasting for the Culture. And this week's featured podcast is Mickey Jordan, 810 News Media Group. Great show, awesome conversations, and great chemistry. A must add to your list of favorites. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. Thank you for being a part of Podcasting for the Culture. So I thought that was big.
Ain't that
yeah.
so?
So shouts out to you, Mickey Jordan.
And we got to shout out podcasting for the culture for even recognizing.
Man,
Yes.
what?
So tell Jennifer Walker, take that.
Now take that.
Yeah.
We have good chemistry, good content, good all of that.
Thanks,
We are
Brenda.
people are watching us nationwide.
Uh, well, let's just take a moment. Where was this platform a year ago?
That's true. That's true.
And Mr. Mickey has picked it up, thrown it on his shoulders. He's supporting you. He's supporting me.
Yeah.
He's supporting all these people he has brought
Mhm.
together for these good conversations and good chemistry.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mr. Mickey, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And congratulations, Mickey. Yay. Congratulations, Mickey.
Now, I thank y'all, though, for helping me bring it.
No,
Yeah,
well,
You know
thank
what
you.
I'm
We
saying?
could,
Everyone that
we
let
couldn't
me
do
record.
anything without you, Mickey. But look, while we talking about this stuff, and
Let's get into
we're
it.
talking about voting. It's a couple things that I find a little odd.
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, just a little odd was they got 80, what was like 89 or damn near 90% of the absentee ballots was mailed back in. You
With
know?
the 88%.
That's damn near 90%.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
telling me 90%? I mean, if it happened, I think that's awesome. But I ain't never heard of no numbers that good in my life.
No, not even Pennsylvania with all its shenanigans can get that. Right? I mean though that takes an act of Congress, because I'm saying that's even out of God's power. Getting 90% absentee ballots back.
Right. What I'm saying, this has been some crazy stuff. And then when you talk about like, we get the fake emails. I get them. You don't get them.
No, no.
Mickey
People
get
don't
them.
want to write me
I
because
mean,
they know I'm going to fight.
it's tons of people that get some. But in the fake emails, they was talking about like the same thing that Miss Inez was talking about, like the voter roll. When was the last time that been updated?
God, I don't know.
I mean, even Miss Inez said before she retired that the voter roll needed to be updated.
Right.
Actually, I was speaking with Miss Monique, and someone was registered to vote at her mother's address.
Yeah.
That was not her mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're saying that those things haven't been updated, they have not been updated.
Right. So what happens when? So you think about it. So they get sent out to a house that's no longer there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure if it hasn't been updated since the last census, probably. I don't know when they last updated the voter roll.
I mean, if
But
it's
it's
last
like
census,
four-
that's 2020.
It's 4 houses on Cloverline Street. I'm not being funny. I think it really is like 4 houses off of Pearson Road
I
when
know
you
you're
turn
talking
down
about.
Cloverline.
Mhm.
And so all of them houses is torn down. So what happens when they get sent out to those addresses? And I'm sure it's nothing there to put it even put
Yeah,
the
I
mail
think like the
in.
postman needs to.
So
is
the
supposed to hang on
postman
to it.
takes it back and they return to senders. So what happened to all of them?
Yeah, like how do you get 90% when we have so much of that happening? She
Right.
said voter rolls have not been updated. How many houses have been abandoned since then? How
Mhm.
many houses have been demolished since. Okay, well, no. Mary Neely just started demolishing all the houses. That's never been done before, apparently. Not a house was ever torn down before him, apparently, according to him. But still, how many of these houses are no longer there? How many of these people are no longer there? How many of these now belong to the land bank? We're talking so many more houses than we can even really understand.
Right.
And somehow we get 90% or 88% back.
It's the corruption for me.
I
I'm
mean,
just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I'm saying it's just the corruption because, like what was it yesterday when the lady said, I don't want to get it wrong. She said, I just put a name on there. I'm like, all right, you just put a name on there to balance this.
Yeah. And then I felt bad for that lady yesterday. Y'all, if y'all haven't watched the canvassing, again, you must go to Arthur Woodson's page. And I've shared them too. But they probably easier to find on Art's page.
Yeah, because I shared them on my page too.
Okay, it's on A10 News Group. Um, the canvassing, they've been the canvassers been meeting to go through the ballots and stuff, and Art's been there live every day at 9 a.m.
Put pressure on them.
Pressure, like, because
Because
everybody's watching it.
if
But
y'all wouldn't have been there, I'm saying the first ones was
I
there.
was
I
very
wouldn't have
little.
been recording.
yeah,
You know, it's
it
things
would
that
have
could
been
have been.
crazy. But I felt bad for that lady yesterday when she was standing up, when she was sitting there, and everybody had left the room. This is after the lady had said, "I think we need to call David Layton." And at that point, I think I probably just would have went to the bathroom
Did you see
or
her
got
soul
my
leave her eyes?
like her soul should have left her eyes because you left in a room with Arthur Woodson.
Oh
And
God.
Art sitting, I mean, and I'm standing there just shaking my damn head, and Art is like, yeah, um, hey, no, I would just give up,
Yeah.
And I'm like, and she was like, I'm just trying to do my job the best I can, and I look, I just did what they was telling me to do, and I was like, yeah, but like,
There's big eyes right there.
like, but our steady has this lady talking, and I'm just shaking my head, looking at her like, you damn fool, why don't you shut up?
No, we don't want her to shut up.
I know we didn't want her to, but she kept talking and talking. Art knew what he was doing, man. Art, you was crazy for that.
Art, great job.
He was
I mean,
crazy for that. I felt
wow.
sorry for that lady.
But
I
right,
did.
right
Then
where
this
you
morning,
just said that right there. One thing I want to highlight.
uh-huh.
I did what they told me to do.
Yeah, that's
Ma'am,
what she
who's
said.
they?
Right.
I really want to know. And what exactly did they tell you to do? I want to hear it verbatim or verbatim. Yeah, verbatim.
Right.
Why? Because this leads into other questionable activities. I
And
mean,
that's what she said. And I believe it was that lady who said that. I think it was her. If I'm remembering it correctly, she said every time I just try to fix something, I'll find something else go
mhm.
wrong or something like that. So yeah, I was like, oh,
But is
lady,
that against the law to fill in the name?
Yes.
hell yeah, how you just gonna fill in the name?
God.
Why?
All right. I have to look this up because I don't remember the code. I do remember the penalty for fraud, which this lady has now committed.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get that paper as a poll worker and you are in charge of keeping track of names as they come through
Mm-hmm.
and getting the signatures and passing out the ballots. At the end of the night, you gather up the ballots, well, the box that they're in because it's locked, and you gather up your paperwork. You sign a piece of paper, and what that piece of paper says, I hereby certify that all information on all these pages is correct to the best of my knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
This is a federal form. So when you sign that, you're saying everything on here is true. She put on an imaginary name. That imaginary name is not true.
Wait a
She
minute.
signed.
Wait a minute. So you saying on the seal they made up names to put on the seal too?
No, I'm saying on that piece of paper, ballot A,
Oh,
where she put on that imaginary name,
okay, yeah,
and then she signed that piece of paper at the end of the night to turn this in for chain of custody.
yeah,
She knowingly,
yeah,
then and there,
yeah.
committed fraud, whether she read the fine print or not. I do remember that the penalty for this is $1,000 and or 5 years in prison.
Mm.
And or. So she can be $1,000 poorer, go to prison for 5 years, lose her job, and come out with nothing.
Hold up, the one that just said, hold up.
The woman who signed that imaginary name, 5 years just for that.
Ain't no way in hell.
So if
I
she
would be going
wants,
by myself.
if she wants to avoid this sort of thing,
Mhm.
she needs to speak to the prosecutor because she said, "I'm just doing what they told me to do."
Maybe she want to be a hero or something.
Who is they, and what did they tell you to do? Be very specific, word for word.
She will
And if
be.
you did not do something that they did not tell you to do, make sure you flip on them, ma'am, because you're going to be spending a lot of lonely nights
Mm.
wearing the same jumpsuit.
Damn, Trevor.
You're going to have a small accommodation with bad decorations,
Trevor, I don't
bad
even wanna
clothes,
know
and
how
worse
I don't
company.
even want to know how you know.
You know, but that right there, that's what I'm saying. They like, they didn't. She didn't understand that was fraud.
I guess not. And if she does understand that's fraud, then that's even worse. I mean, granted, ignorance is not an excuse to break the law.
Right.
But when it's out of ignorance, I can have some sympathy. Just like when I'm driving down the road, the speed limit suddenly changes. I didn't realize it.
Right. I didn't know.
I can understand, yes, I'm in trouble, but I didn't know that the speed limit changed. In her case, I didn't realize that this was as big a deal as it is.
Mhm.
I can sympathize. Now, if she knew it was fraud and she still did it, then that is guts. And that is blatant disregard for the word of law.
Right.
And she needs to own up to it and tell everyone who told her to do the job as she did
Mhm.
and why.
Right.
But this what is so crazy. I'm with you. Who is the they?
Mm-hmm. I'm just doing what they
Who
told
was
me to
the
do.
election supervisor? Who was over the elections?
Is that Gloria?
I don't know. Is it the deputy clerk or is it? I don't know.
I do
don't
remember
know what
hearing
role
something
Gloria
from
played.
one of our council members that prior to the election, when Miss
Miss
Inez
Mhm.
resigned, Mr. Neely wrote an email to council telling them, not urging them, not requesting of them, telling them to hire a new clerk to ensure the safety and security of our elections.
Mm.
Well, that plan didn't go as a lot.
Oh God! But
As
so
Janique
just
would
based
say,
off
they
of
just ran amok.
so just based off of that little bit of context,
Right.
I would have to say the clerk. But that is just me taking a wild guess. This is not gospel. No, please don't be writing this in no Bibles. This ain't gospel. That is just me taking a wild, informed guess, educated guess.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Kevin Tate just typed on here. Y'all see they trying to get rid of Davina. I can see that too, Kevin.
Yeah.
I can see that set up. Like I told
Cut
y'all.
all loose
I
ties.
told y'all. I'm gonna say it. I said it. I said it. I said it.
Listen,
They was gonna get rid of Barton, and the next one
cheap.
is gonna be Green.
Yep.
And
I
then
just put Mama Quill thing up there,
and
like
what
she said.
what Mama
She
said.
said one thing for certain: they got her in some pretty warm water.
They sure did.
Man, that
They
day.
did.
Ooh.
They did, but then someone I don't know how true it is. You know, again, allegedly, some and I don't know if it was on the tapes. Maybe somebody was watching can tell me that she called back and she said I wanted to change my statement. I didn't mean to say that. They was like, nah, dog, that's not how that goes.
No,
Who said they tried to change their
The
statement?
lady after she said they told her to put down that name. She
here's the
said
funny thing.
they said they said I'm not for sure how true it is that she called back and said I want to take back. I don't want to say that no
Here's
more.
the thing, though. whether she takes it back or not, number one, unless she is under oath, then it's not something you can take back. If you are under oath, you cannot take it back. Period. End of story. You cannot recant unless there's very specific circumstances. Second, if she was not under oath, it is now out there in the public domain
Right.
that can be referenced and called back at any time, thanks to Mr. Art Woodson and his diligence keeping the city of Flint informed.
Mm-hmm.
With just that camera there and just him listening with his mic on and videoing, now everyone has access to exactly what she said. I'm just doing what they told
Go
me
back
to.
and watch it. Yeah.
So now so who told her to recant? Did they tell her to recant her situation?
mean, wow.
When she got back across the street, they told her to.
Oh,
They
you
said
think they
you
watched
better-
the video too?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah.
probably went back over there like, look, man. But you know what it remind me of? I don't know how many people have watched Menace to Society, but she was just like that. That's how Art had her in that room when he was talking to her. So you sign the ballot with someone else's name on purpose. And she was like, yep, yep.
Wait,
I signed the name. I signed the name. Yep, I signed the name on purpose.
hold up.
Yep, and he said, so you mean to tell me you signed it with someone else's name at on purpose? Yep, yep. It was like Menace to Society. I had that lady just talking. I'm like, that poor.
What did he hit her with the line? You know you done fucked up, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I told her. He told her that too, and she just kept talking.
So she calls back and says, I want to recant. And the way Arthur was questioning her, she probably thought he was a cop, and this was all on like
she probably thought he was a friend.
disposition. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make a serious situation funny, but how you think they was when she came back across to the city hall?
Oh, I can just imagine what happened. They say, follow up, come talk with me in this closed room real quick.
They want to see you downstairs right now.
They close that. She walks in. She closes that door behind her, and a book gets flung at her. Just hits the wall beside her. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah,
Oh man, this poor woman.
They about to get you. But listen, let's spend our last few minutes talking about the new council president and vice president. We got Allie Hinderruder.
Hoken Roder.
Well, her to Rotor.
What?
She is the president. Now that
El
surprised
Presidente.
me. That surprised me because Allie had just gave it up because she said that she got a new job and she was moving up in the line, her new job, and she wanted to give all that stuff up, and that's why she gave it to Dennis Pfeiffer.
Well, maybe it wasn't as much responsibility as she thought. Maybe it wasn't as harsh.
I mean, it's making her resume look pretty good though.
Yeah, I mean,
And so
president of city council twice.
right, and then I knew I knew whatever happened, I knew Liddell was gonna be vice president. They had to throw her over there just to get the little color going. I knew she was gonna be vice president. I had already said that. And then watch Judy be finance chair. I'm telling you, I'll put my money on it.
2-1 odds. Judy will be finance chair.
To be honest, out of the 5-6, who else could be it?
That's true enough.
Unless it's either gonna be between Judy and Dennis.
Yeah.
There's no way you can throw Quincy, Eva out of the 5. So can you imagine?
I don't trust Eva grading papers. I wouldn't trust her with my city's money.
And I'm not trying to be funny, but can you imagine Quincy Murphy finance chair?
Yeah, actually, because there'd be so much money coming in from mowing lawns.
If you think,
God, we would never have to ask the state for money again.
now he gonna be, but can you imagine? I'm serious. Take a minute. Just think for a minute. Just close your eyes and think him being finance chair, and then you hear how he hollered when Eric said, "When y'all want to help the people, let's give them instead of $300. Remember, he said let's double it to 1,000. Remember, Quincy went to screaming. I'm not finna do. Remember, all like, can you imagine him finance chair?
Can I take a second since we're talking about this gentleman?
Yes.
So remember bid rigging? We were talking about that 2 months ago?
Right.
Yep.
And everyone remembers. I hope everyone remembers because.
Oh, he said he wanted to talk about it after the election.
Hey, let's all look at our risk calendars here. Yes, it says right here after the election.
But the council can't cancel the meetings for next week, and Councilwoman Tanya Burns or Councilwoman Jerry Carter Winfrey won't tell us why they canceled it. because, and the reason why I'm asking them, because I know y'all know, because when y'all called the special meeting, um, Dr. I can't, what is her degree in? But Councilwoman Liddell Lewis said that everybody wasn't consulted about it. So I'm sure they consulted y'all about why the meeting was canceled. So can y'all let us know?
Hold up. It was some double talk from Quincy.
What?
Remember Quincy said why he couldn't come. He didn't get reached out to, even though Davina said she sent emails to everybody.
Yeah.
Then Quincy said, this is where he contradicted himself at. No, because I knew it was gonna be political.
Oh yeah, he said that.
Yeah, remember he said
that.
he told. See what
But
Quincy
he was
do?
he was watching it though.
But
I was
what
sitting right there
I
next
know,
to
but
you.
what Quincy do? Quincy tell the truth, and then I think they call him downstairs, and he get his marching. He probably had about 4 books through with him when I know he went down there. Because when he the one wanted to speak on the bid rigging,
Yeah. Yep.
Can you imagine when he got called in the office?
Oh,
they probably threw like Merriam-Webster's World Dictionary at him. Wow. You're gonna get us busted. Shut up.
But
make them forget about it. Promise him after the election.
About to recall Pfeiffer. Lord have mercy. That would be something. I would love to see that.
Going back to a second to finance chair, I could see Pfeiffer up there because every time money is spoke about at council, he's sitting there going, "Hold up, we need to take this to special affairs because this money's not adding up in my head."
Nah,
I can see that.
But see, both of them might flip. See, you flipping a coin when you put your money on your AT and Dennis, Judy and Dennis.
I'm just saying I could see
they'll flip at any time on you. So they might have to make Quincy or Eva the finance chair. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because they don't go along with all the time with the
right. They don't go along. They don't fall in line all the time. Now see, they'll get mad and flip. Mm-hmm. So they might make them vice because they know Eva won't be there, and Quincy. Well, Quincy would be there. I think Quincy. Yep.
Because now that you're saying that, yeah, because Judy and Dennis will.
Judy, they ain't gonna fall
they go so
the
far. Then it seems like they get to the edge, they look, oh
they
shit.
Like,
they're like, look, this pit of snakes is getting close.
Pay attention, and soon before you say read, Dennis and Judy gonna back up, and they gonna be like, nah, this is $15 million deficit right here.
Yeah, they're gonna shove a hand on the back of Quincy's back and just be like, "Yep, there you go."
They're gonna put Quincy as their finance chair.
If they put Quincy and Eve at that finance chair, then you know why they didn't put Dennis in. If they don't believe in Dennis and Judy to carry out what they're trying to do.
You know what? City of Flint, City Council. If you want me to move away from Flint, put Eva in that chair. I promise you, I will move the hell away because I won't deal with this shit.
She ain't gonna deal with it either.
Her attendance record gonna be terrible coming. That's why I'm saying.
What budget are we gonna get? What is this? Eva, what the hell is this? This looks like students' grades. I'm not supposed to be grading here.
So can you imagine? I'm saying Quincy would probably be the worst of the two.
I think he should get it.
No reason I'm gonna tell you because Eric gonna be on Quincy. Yes, and Quincy have
Quincy put him out though.
That's what I'm saying.
Quincy gonna put him out.
Yeah, but them the two because they felt Dennis was soft on Eric, and they felt Judy was too when they wanted Judy to put him out.
Right, so they probably can't control them Judy the way they want to because sometimes she'll go against that grain sometime, and Dennis will too. Is what I'm saying.
But if you throw Eva on there, as victim as she plays, you know she's going to take that chance to hurt, say, Mr. Mays, and then play victim about hurting him. And, that's just something she loves to do.
And what do you think Quincy going to do? Quincy going to play the same.
Yeah, I mean, look, the only difference between Quincy and Eva is, number one, about 80 pounds. And number two...
TV you watch.
I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. And number two
80 pounds.
Is
Quincy Murphy and Eva.
Male and female.
He's trying to be nice.
That's Hey, I am trying to be
Trying to be
nice.
nice.
Talking about any woman's weight is an
Yeah,
asshole.
yeah, it's
But
asshole
Yeah, it
move.
is,
But
but still, you could 80 hell. I mean, it is
80,
what
give
it
or
is.
take 2 or 3 Subway sandwiches.
listen, because I want to
Okay.
just get sued.
All right. Okay.
But
There's
this is
nothing to sue over that. It's fact.
no,
It's
obviously,
fine.
but that
I ain't saying I'm skinny.
the
I'm
culture
saying
we
it's
live in
just
the
the
cancel
shopping
culture
center
right now.
floor.
Mm.
They cancel you for anything.
Well, they didn't cancel. They don't cancel her
What?
for nothing.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying though, it's
I'm
gonna be
saying
rough.
there's really no difference between the
Now you
two,
know what?
except for
You know what?
how they
This is
look.
what I want to do. It is 7. It is 7. It is 7 o'clock. Now I want to know, since
Yeah.
they didn't fire Chief Burke,
Right.
okay, and the two white police firemen,
Fire,
sorry, the two white firemen got a chance to resign. And then we still ain't done nothing with the police chases yet.
No, all 3 of them.
I wonder, will any black organization or activist show up? Well, they can't show up at the meetings next week because they canceled. But will they show up at the next city council meeting to say anything? Where are our activists? I
Well,
mean, we seen them all during the election. We seen so many activists and people coming out speaking for the good of the community. I would like to know, where are they at?
I can only think of one that's going to show up and say anything.
Art Woodson.
There we go.
oh, brother Darius, now he been making his
Brother
run.
Darius has
Okay.
been consistent down there as well.
That's it.
I was getting my mouth ready for another one, and you just shut me off. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. I mean, Sister Audrey even come and bring her grandkids.
Well, see,
Yeah.
she already active. So I'm talking about like the males.
Oh,
I say
you
y'all
talking about the
women,
males.
y'all women are really out there. They showing the man up. I'm gonna just be honest.
I mean, that's just standard.
And it's
Yeah,
true.
the
It's
women.
true. The women are really taking a bigger stand on a
Mhm.
lot of issues around here than the men are.
Yeah.
No, they is because I
And
done seen
We're
since
just
the
gonna have to.
Muhammad fight. Like I ain't gonna lie, I just seen the ones who be active. It be the women be more active than the men. I'm just gonna be honest
We're
with
gonna have to change the saying. Woman up.
you.
Get your act together, guys. Woman up.
woman up.
Yeah,
Woman up. It's a lot of men that's
dude.
acting like women too.
You know what? And I hate to say this because I'm a man. We gotta tighten up, man. Because
Y'all
the
do.
women is really
They really
y'all
do,
showing
because
us out.
y'all,
Yeah.
we are showing y'all out because
Yeah.
y'all don't stand up for nothing. I mean, there's be women down there at council meetings arguing and getting their points across
Raising
and
hell.
raising good hell and nothing. Look at Councilwoman Tanya Barnes.
Hmm.
Look at Councilwoman Jerry Carter Winfrey. Come on. They can't do it by themselves. I
No.
mean, and Councilman Mays, we already know how he is. But I'm saying, wouldn't it be good if they had some support on some of the issues that they're trying to get across?
Yeah.
But we won't go, we
There's
just won't stand up on issues or nothing. That's how come they got that. They just show us some pictures and feed us one line and stuff just passed. You know, that what was that proposal 3?
Yeah.
All of that stuff they had boop, 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 popped up in there, and all they cared about was Tudor Dixon said abort the babies all the way up into birth. But yeah, that was crazy what she said. But all that other stuff that they packed in there and tricked us with.
so. Well, let's go over that just for a second.
Uh-oh, that's on your show
So,
tomorrow. We're not
all
talking.
right, we'll hit that up on my show. So tomorrow, props 1, 2, and 3.
Props
gonna
1, 2, and
You
3.
gonna have all the stuff for us?
Always.
See what I'm saying? But you can't read. See the
Right,
bullshit
right,
Trevor
right,
came
right.
with.
Hey, I got 2 teenagers at home that are perfectly capable of reading and writing for me. I can
Right.
dictate.
Well, listen, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And thank you, Trevor. It's so good to have you back.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you, Trevor. And we will be back tomorrow at 12 noon for our weekly wrap up. Look, tomorrow it'll go from 9 o'clock to Coffee time. Ain't that cute? Trevor got me this. All right. Thank you